You're saying, more PowerPoint? I thought that's all there was. Well, you probably learned some in fourth grade. And you probably learned more in the last chapter. And now you're going to learn about even more. And you know what? There's more after this too, but we don't do it. So this time we're going to enhance the presentations with shapes and smart art. Shapes. Oh, you mean like an arrow or a star or one of those speaking bubbles? Yeah, you can insert those in and then you can actually write text inside them. Kind of like you were making cartoons, maybe like that. Well, many purposes to use it for. And the other thing, the smart art is, you know those death, they used to say death by PowerPoint. When here's the title slide, bullet number one, bullet number two, bullet number three, text, text, boring, boring. Well, then now they came up with, it's been around for a little while. Uh, it's still text, but they made it into a picture and it's called a smart art. And it's so neat because you can choose the smart art that matches the kind of thing you're doing. Well, I'll show you an example here in just a second. First, let's look and see what we're making. This one is actually a 5-slide presentation instead of 4. So they have some recommendations about how many slides you should have in a certain period of time. We don't get into that, but it's something you might want to look up. But just don't kill them with text. Please don't do that. That they're supposed to be graphical. Graphics means pictures. You're speaking, so what do you want to have them read it for? That's the whole thing probably that we all want you to learn from PowerPoint is the PowerPoint slides supplement your presentation, how people follow the outline so they can make a picture in their head that matches the picture in your head. And that's what the slides are for, unless you're doing that online delivery thing, which is different. We're not doing that. So in this one, we have a nice pretty theme for background. And sometimes you download the theme. So you don't have to just use the ones that came with your software. You can download a new one to use. So practice doing that. And they come up with new ones all the time. And then we have our text. But here's a shape inserted with a picture fill and formatted. So as I said, you can have a shape and then have in a picture or text inside. Well, that's neat. Here's one example of a smart art. Actually, they made the title a hyperlink in this case, but there's text inside. It's not quite as bad to read because at least it has some design on it, you know? Here's another smart art, how they have the little bubbles and the title of a section and some content about it. So that's another one. There's a shape and then it has formatting with it and another shape that has a picture in it. You can do all kinds of creative things with shapes and smart art. I want to show you here just 1 second before we go though. Uh, this is, I don't think I can make this easily big enough for you to see. I don't think it's going to work. Yeah. This is the Smart Art graphic menu for you to choose from the page. Here on the left, it shows all of the different kinds of Smart Arts you can have. But here is, for example, just the list. Here's a process, A, B, C, D, or step 1, 2, 3. There's a cycle. First you do this, and then you do this, and this, and this. And so you can choose a category of smart art shapes that match the thing you're trying to explain. And then once you choose a category, there are several options to choose from of what you want the picture to look like. And when you click on any one of them, then in the right pane, it shows you an enlargement of it and what all you can put in it. So you would choose it. And then once you get it in, then you get this whole other set. You can change the colors and the shading, and then you can put 3D on it. There's so many things you can do with Smart Art Graphics. You're going to love it. It's great fun. And it will help you. I mean, the purpose of all this playing is to have a presentation that is um, enthusiastic. It helps the audience be enthusiastic and watch along and pay attention better. That's that's what your goal is, but you might as well have fun at the same time. And oh yeah, one more thing. First, you get the content in there. And after that, you can spend way too many hours playing with it to make it do this or that or tweak it. And you can set timers so this pops up and this goes away and that pops up. Or you can morph from one thing to another. You may have found that already because you have the transitions that go from one slide to the next. One transitions to another slide, and then you have animations, which is what I was talking about, where you make this pop up and they spin circles and they make checkers and they fall apart and they blow up. You can spend way too much time. So first get the content in there, and then you can play after that as you have extra time.